Have you ever found out the person you trusted most was lying to you? For 3 years, my family treated my husband like a joke. They called him lazy, useless, a failure. They whispered behind his back at every dinner. They said I made a terrible mistake marrying him. But I loved Samir. He was kind and patient, even when they insulted him. He would just smile and say, "One day, they will see." I thought he meant they would see his good heart. However, I was wrong. They were all wrong. The truth was much bigger than anyone imagined. And it came out at the worst possible moment, our anniversary dinner, in front of everyone. My name is Ronia. My husband, Samir, and I got married 3 years ago. My family did not want this marriage. They wanted me to marry a man with money, a big job, a fancy car. Samir did not have those things. He told me he worked from home on small projects. He wore simple clothes and drove an old car. My brother, Fadi, laughed at him every time they met. "What do you even do all day?" Fadi would ask. Samir just smiled. "I manage things," he said. "What things?" my mother would say. "The dishes." They all laughed. My father never defended Samir. He just shook his head in disappointment. I felt ashamed, but I loved Samir. At home in our small apartment, he was different. He was confident. He would take long calls in his study and tell me, "I am building something for us. Just be patient." I believed him. But the insults got worse. At my cousin's wedding, Fadi made a speech. He joked that I married the only man in the family who could not afford a gift. Everyone laughed. I saw Samir's face. He did not look angry. He looked sad. That night, I cried in the bathroom. "Why do you let them treat you like this?" I asked him. He held my face gently. "Because the truth is louder when the time is right," he whispered. I did not understand what he meant. I just wanted the pain to stop. 2 weeks later, a letter arrived. It was an invitation. My parents were throwing a big anniversary party for us. It was at the exclusive Skyline penthouse downtown. I was surprised. My parents never did anything nice for Samir. "This is strange," I told him. He just smiled. Maybe they are finally ready to be kind. But I saw something in his eyes. A secret. A hidden excitement. What was he not telling me? The night of the party arrived. The Skyline penthouse was beautiful. There were huge windows with a view of the entire city skyline. Flowers were everywhere. My family was already there, dressed in expensive clothes. Fadi was laughing loudly with my cousins. My mother was showing off her new necklace. When we walked in, everyone went quiet for a second. Samir wore a simple black suit. It looked nice, but not expensive. Fadi whispered something to my cousin, and they both smirked. "Welcome, welcome," my father said, but his voice was cold. "Glad you could make it, from your small apartment." The dinner started. The food was fancy, but the conversation was cruel. My aunt asked Samir. So, still working from home? Still managing things? Samir nodded politely. Yes. I am very busy these days. Fadi laughed out loud. Busy doing what? Playing games on your phone? The whole table chuckled. I felt my face get hot with anger. I wanted to scream at them. Suddenly, the elevator doors opened. A tall man in a perfect suit walked in. He looked important. He had a leather folder in his hand. Everyone stopped talking. The man walked straight to our table. He looked at Samir. Then he did something shocking. He bowed his head slightly. Good evening, Mr. Chairman, the man said clearly. The documents for the new acquisition are ready. The company is yours as of tomorrow. The room went silent. My mother's fork dropped onto her plate. Fadi's smile disappeared. My father stood up, his face white. What did you just call him? He asked, his voice shaking. The man looked confused. Mr. Chairman. Samir al-Rashid. He owns Rashid International. My heart stopped. Rashid International? That was one of the biggest companies in the country. I looked at Samir. He was not smiling. He was looking at my family with calm, serious eyes. Sit down, everyone, Samir said quietly. We need to talk. Nobody could speak. The only sound was the city view outside the huge windows. Samir stood up slowly. Yes, he said, I am the chairman of Rashid International. I built this company over 10 years, long before I met Ronia. He looked at me. His eyes were full of love and apology. I hid it because I wanted someone to love me for me, not for my money. I felt tears on my cheeks. My whole body was shaking. 3 years. 3 years of insults. 3 years of watching him stay silent while they called him a failure. And he could have stopped it all with one word. My father sat down heavily. But, why? He asked. Why did you let us treat you like that? Samir's voice was steady. Because I needed to know if Ronia's family could ever truly accept me. I hoped, with time, they would see my character. But they only saw my wallet. He turned to Fadi. You work for a logistics company downtown, correct? Fadi nodded, unable to speak. I bought that company last month, Samir said quietly. I am your new boss. Fadi looked like he might faint. My mother started crying. We didn't know, she whispered. We are so sorry. Samir shook his head. Sorry is easy to say. But respect is earned over time. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small, velvet box. He opened it. Inside was the most beautiful diamond ring I had ever seen. He took my hand. Ronia, you loved me when you thought I had nothing. Will you marry me again? A second wedding, a real one, with everyone knowing the truth? I could not speak. I just nodded, crying. Then he looked at my family one last time. You are all invited, he said. But from today, the disrespect ends. or you will never see us again." He led me to the elevator. As the doors closed, I saw my family's faces, shocked, ashamed, and small. The view from the elevator window was of the whole city. Our city. Because it turned out, my husband owned a big part of it. That night changed everything. My family spent weeks apologizing. Fadi sent a long, handwritten letter to Samir. My mother called me every day, crying, saying how wrong she was. My father came to our new home, a beautiful duplex penthouse with a terrace overlooking the skyline, and shook Samir's hand. "I am proud to have you as a son," he said. Samir forgave them, slowly. He gave Fadi a real chance at his company, not as a joke, but because he believed in second chances. And me. I learned the biggest lesson of my life. I learned that the people who truly love you do not need you to be rich or famous. They love you when you are nothing. And sometimes, the quiet person in the room is the most powerful one. Never judge a book by its cover. Never laugh at someone's story before you know the ending. Sometimes, the ending is bigger than you ever imagined. Thank you for listening to my story. Remember to subscribe for a new English story every day.